talk to me a little bit about this specific role that Lou has occupied for such a long time, his entire career now, and how well he's done it.
It's unique. I mean, in particular for a guy that is as talented as Lou Williams is. I mean, yes, there are times where a guy comes into the league and he's coming off the bench for many years because he hasn't found an ability to consistently do what he does well. Lou scores the basketball better than anybody off the bench for sure, but as good as a lot of other guys. And he uniquely, I think, mentally is wired to embrace and accept who he is and accepting the role of being a guy that comes off the bench, knowing that he could start, knowing that there were teams he's been on, he was better than the guy in front of him. But to me, embracing it and being willing to play that role has allowed for him to excel at the level he has.
Just on the outside of top 10 in terms of points per minute this season, #1 in the league in shots per minute. Lou is prolific, in large part because the Clippers have raised him to be that way. They've raised their team around that. You saw the joy that they felt for him, and that's genuine. And his comment about, I wouldn't want to do this with any other group of guys. The role delineation on this team is really clear. Gallo carries the first unit, Lou carries the second unit, and they play that way. And everybody in between is sort of a dirt worker overachiever, and that formula is working for them.
Celtics, meanwhile, playing without Jason Tatum, who was out with a shoulder injury. They were never really in this game. I don't know if it was complacency, too much time in LA over the weekend, whatever it was, they just weren't there.
All of the above,
yeah.
Right? They've won the first 3 games of the East Coast, or rather the West Coast trip, in very impressive fashion. 4 days in LA, not a great formula.
Right.
This is the getaway game. Another reason it's a game you're going to lose in terms of a scheduled loss. But I don't know that I've ever seen a box score like this. Every Clipper who appeared in the game was either a 0 or a plus in the game. Not a single negative walked on the court for the Clippers, and that says a lot about their frame of mind right now.
It's hard to do. By the way, big one in the standings for the Clippers as well, who moved all the way up to 6th in the West.